Good evening, good evening. Welcome everyone. As you can see, I'm sitting here laying on the bed. And, just a little brief video. Put on a little bit of lighting. A little bit of lighting. Um, Hope all is well. Blessings to everyone. It's real to say. Looking kind of rough, no shape up and all that. But nevertheless, we're really paying attention to the message more than the messenger, how he or she will look. But just pay attention to the words in my mouth, okay? Let me move that out the way. It's actually a black. Um, let's talk a little bit about relationships. The experience, what makes us, that give us clarity about what we're dealing with. And what we actually dealing with, fat little face, y'all. Like I'm old. Look like I'm old, but I'm not. Anyway. I mean I need to exercise. When we deal with these ex relationships, and a lot of people are still in healing mode and moaning for their mate. Let's just break it down for a second. When we with someone that we supposed to be with them, but in actuality we don't be with them for a long period of time because there's an expiration date according to how we respond towards each other. And this is just my perspective. It don't have to be right, don't have to be wrong. But with my experience from the women that I've been with as far as relationship, these women were unhealed. I was unhealed apparently. But more importantly, I didn't want a relationship either. So not only there was force and pressure, but I also convinced myself to actually participate. So even though they got the best world of a man, they didn't know what to do with it. And it's vice versa as well, as men get the best world of a woman. So what the conclusion that I come with? The conclusion is that until people figure out what they really want, without all the distractions that's been given by the adversary, adversary would be devil or outside influences of dark forces that is not seen. For those who can't see them, some people can see them sometimes. A lot of times they don't want me to see them. You can see them, you can call them out, and you can actually know how to resolve the situation. But sometimes you can just watch people's actions and the behaviors of those demons that we call them, or they are called, present themselves verbally, arguments, narcissistic ways, or tit for tat, say the most harshest things possible, slander your name. But love is none of that. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Now, I did this video at this particular time only because I watch a lot of different content and I listen. But when it's all said and done, to be honest with you, is that people don't love themselves. So it's going to be impossible, very impossible for somebody to love you. Self-love is very important. Whether it comes from a childhood wound, whether it comes from someone else's belief. It can be family, friends, associate, television, book, energy being exchanged from one place to another, laying on somebody's bed, couch, or coming in the household. Energy is everywhere, so it can come or have came from anywhere. But more importantly, to say that until self resurrection is done in evaluation and looking at your own, we talking about evaluating your own flaws and really nurturing those flaws and sowing seeds on top of those seeds that are no good, all of us, then we will still have this issue. This video is going to be very short. It's been a while since I've been on here, and I need to get on here and get to work. And I'm here, and I'm back. And it's not about how many people watch my views, and it's not about numbers. It's about souls. My message may not resonate for any and everyone. People may feel like I'm not the right fit. I'm not the right look. God made me the way that I am, and I'm thankful and blessed to be the way that I look. I love myself, even though I got these little chubby cheeks or whatever. But, nevertheless, it's not, again, the features of someone. It's always about how they express and what they show you of the expression, which comes within. And people get so distracted by how somebody look at their occupation, cars and houses, and the way they verbally speak and all of that. As you can see, it's breadcrumbs. It's not money in the bank. And you got many people who call Jesus and God and many other different things, but they actually totally is the opposite of that. And then they use excuses. And well, God said He'll forgive me. Yeah, if you're willing to stop doing it. If you're willing to stop doing, people keep doing the same old stuff, and so, well, God forgive me, so I'm exempt again to keep doing it over, and it may do it 1,000,000 times. But the key word would be too many times. That cause inflictions on someone when God already told you, or it is written, saying that love thy neighbor. How are you going to be in love with somebody which you treat them so unrealistically of love? You compare them, you put them in competition. Nobody's winning no competition. As if anyone ever seen competition, there always be a loser. Always. Always been a loser, always will be. And that's a worldly world man thing. Only way that you going to really win is self-discipline and evaluating who you are and making sure with self-control that you can actually stop something before it can get worse. Your emotions is very important to master. People don't master those things. And when you master your emotions, then you will be able to have clarity and better understanding. But my whole point is, before I end this video, is that what I didn't get an understanding is, I see the platform is presenting, the comeback. And comeback meaning this person wants to come back in my life as well as the other people want to come back in other people's lives. But is it fair to you to give your energy once again and your time to something that you gave so much? And I got burnt out, to be honest with you. I just looked at it like, okay, it took me that long to, well, hey, okay, dummy, wake up. You know what I mean? It took me that long. And this is stuff I see with other people. If I can give advice to other people about this, then I need to make sure I take the same advice, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, therefore, to say, I know better. So it said, if you know better, you do better. And it's no disrespect to her or any woman. Thank you for the lessons. And thank you, Most High, for allowing me to not get hurt any more than I did get hurt. It was a physical battle, yo. It was physical, ugh. And I don't put my hands on women, but I had to defend myself, apparently. I didn't go crazy, y'all. I don't want you to think I went crazy, because I didn't. I wouldn't be here probably right here now, 9 out of 10, if I went crazy. But all I'm saying is that I still see people waiting for something that's been over. When you in a relationship and it's over with, and y'all both have parted ways, that was the final breakup. Now, some people can reconcile and stuff like that, but some people use it for marriage. Some people use it for children and all of that. The question would be, why didn't you do that before that even began or even was presented to make that decision? If you knew you wasn't mature enough to step into the relationship, what was the purpose? If you knew that you had habits that still needed to be worked on, but you have chosen to ignore it, how can it work out? You know, a friend of mine told me, if you look for it, you can stop it. But when you don't look for a relationship, it'll fall right in your hands. All these men and women around the world that's available for us, and we sit here chasing and worrying about one. So what does that say about ourselves? I don't have the answer for you, but I have the answer for myself. And the answer for myself, I didn't love myself and didn't even know that it wasn't there. It was overlooked because I was too busy. I was trying to please a relationship or please other people. You know, we may not get credit as men, but us men suffer a lot. And it's saying that we're supposed to be able to be overlooked and so forth, so on, but we're just as human as the next person. And a lot of men who dog women out, and because of fear and because of what those certain women are producing out here, that's exposing how you hear females talk about their girlfriend or a family member or whomever or in general is dogging a man out. They taking money from him. They got a friend over here, friend over there, or just one friend. They call him Jody. You know, I learned about Jody a couple of days ago, so I didn't know who Jody was. And practically with the universal law just based on what you put out, you get back in return. That's in any situation, emotional, verbal, physical. Make it simple, 3 forms of that. But nevertheless to say, my name is Oludabade Obisayin. I know a lot of people are like, well, dang, are you Nigerian? Well, my ancestors are. So, but I'm also Irish and also Native. But nevertheless to say, I'm very young, a lot of positive energy for sure, and the Most High has blessed me to be able to bless His people. One thing I could say about myself, I may not have the material things that anyone want, but I have the golden light within me, which is my heart. My heart is worth more than any material thing that ever been put on the face of this earth. And it's only for us to actually have access to it and enjoy it, but not to argue and put each other down and be jealous and envious and kill each other over it. Even though the adversary can manipulate your mind to do it, but then you have to manipulate your mind to actually pursue it. So the adversary, he don't get all credit, but he get a little bit. Sometimes he's not even involved. Sometimes it's just a person, way of thinking. You know, we build all these insecurities and these walls and barriers and stuff like that based off of just things we watch and hear and see without the physical experience. And so what happens is it becomes our reality. It becomes our experience. And now that we're going through these different things, and you ever see where somebody actually get beat down or whatever, call the police or even family members, and they bail them out, and then they turn right back around and go right back into it. When my family bailed me out, and I went right back into it, and it went worse. You know what I mean? But it took me a long time to even talk about it because I didn't want my family in my business. You know what I mean? I didn't want them in my business. But all I'm saying is this, and I know I said it's supposed to be over with by now, but I'm about to do it. We almost at 15 minutes. I would like to try to make these things short so you have time to actually listen to them. You know, and it may be some long ones, but I promise you that, excuse me, I promise they'll be worth your while. Just fast and pray. Accept the truth. Not use your logic and reason sign, but use your intuition. And your intuition is your spiritual discernment with the Most High. and you'll get your answer. And sometimes we can block those things out, but then you use common sense. You evaluate the situation. Yeah, the past is the past, but you got to ask yourself, are you in love with the person? Do you see yourself with the person? I mean, I love the person, but I'm not in love with her anymore. That's just an example. Now, this is just my testimony. I'm not here to say anything bad about anybody's situation, nor mine. I'm here just to encourage, as much as possible and support you to the best of my ability, because a lot of time people are looking for answers, and sometimes the answers are there, and we have to run into those prayers. Not only into the prayers, but extend outside the prayer physically to take action. A lot of people pray for things, but they don't take action to anything. But as you can see, it's very quiet here where I'm at. That's the type of lifestyle that I love. That is what is written in the Bible, and it doesn't matter if it's not not in it doesn't matter like that. But even if you go into Buddha or anything, any type of spirituality, that's peace. There's no reason for unnecessary war, because we got enough war going on with a lot of manipulation, etc., and lies and stuff like that. We got enough. But I can't be mad at those people, because you got to care about yourself first before you can care about anybody else. And it's hard for people to care for somebody else if they don't care for themselves. But peace and blessings to everyone. I appreciate you taking time out to look at this video. I hope this video satisfies you. You already see the UK in the building. And it's not about the sports, y'all. But yeah, I need to start working out. But yeah, thank y'all for taking time to listen to the message. I hope all is well. Blessings to you. Ashay.